February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ahdurin region. I'm your host, Ahdurin himself, and we are back with another episode of the Ace Attorney series. If you're wondering what's happening or what case we're on, check out the playlist in the description that'll show the entire series, including the last episode. And while you're down there, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all those things you ought to do in supporting a YouTube channel. Today, we're doing another trial. That's kind of how the games work. You know, there's the investigation, the trial part, the trial part, or at least day one of the trial. We are trying to save a prosecutor who has confessed to the crime of murdering a detective, but we don't believe that they did it. Uh, Easiest way to figure out what's going on is by checking out the last episode. So without further ado, let's talk to someone. So if I remember correctly, I think Lana's voice was real monotone. So I'm gonna go with that. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yeah? A defense attorney should never believe their client. Huh? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Guy, you don't know squat about defense attorneys. You remind me a lot of Mia. There is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. Got him. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Or maybe I was saying that, I'm not 100% sure. My first trial without a Fae helping me. This is intriguing. No one's gonna bail me out this time. No magical powers, no occult sort of situations or anything like that. We just gotta roll with the punches. No Mia. I'll be alone there. I have to discover the truth all by myself. No Maya picture? Cool. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Don't have a Fae, but we do have a Sky, and that's gonna do something, right? February 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 9. Courtroom number 9 sounds like a new one, but... Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. That's ready, Your Honor? The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Naturally. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in the courtroom since this trial. A couple of slow months. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not of those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. He doesn't feel like confessing to everything. Yeah, he does that. However, she will now pay with her rashness with her life. Behind bars, I don't know. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The Coffin Queen? Haven't I seen you somewhere before? Let's see. What was Angel's original voice? I've already forgotten. I think it was, you ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. Oh, great. The judge is wolfing it down. I presume, like, just off screen is just... Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks? Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. She's the cough-up queen. I don't think that's it.
I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
I'll be honest, in real life, never had caviar, so I'm not sure. Like this pickled tapioca tastes like. Also true, I don't think I've had tapioca either, so I can't base it on it. Anyway, name, profession, now.
Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Oh, great, hurry up.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What?
That was very loud, sorry.
Miss Star was a detective?
I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Mr. Star.
Who is this lady?
I might have the court's attention over here.
Oh, time for words.
The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. I don't know why it falls like that. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of the A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Great, we got a floor plan.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright.
I can't agree on principle, and also I think there might be a flaw in this.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Mr.
Why are you on her side? Wait, are they talking about me? Yeah, they're talking about you, Phoenix. Witnesses account. Okay, so we're going to go through each of the lines here and go from there. So, here we go.
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. How tragic.
Bring your lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife of which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Really? Okay, sure. All right, why not?
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Do what you do best.
Here we go. All right, we're not going to read through these things at least again, but if you haven't seen a case that I do, I am a fiend when it comes to looking for text boxes. More dialogue, the better. So, for every single statement until I know the answer or feel like it, you hear that a lot. How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erase inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off. So she was fired.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr.
On the way to deliver a lunchbox. This boyfriend, he's the detective?
Not that boyfriend. This is the security guard.
That boyfriend. You have several.
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join?
Angel. Really?
The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches thing.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
Emma, at least today, first note that's been good.
The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
It would be the room with the security sign that was mentioned. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Interesting. When you sense something, it was your intuition. You sensed something. So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means.
Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese.
A pale white cheese, not tangy, with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
That must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack.
Now the other of an old cheese to match. Emma, don't roast the judge. He's doing his best.
In any case,
Oh no, that's not your voice at all.
In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
And through the wire fence, you saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. By garish car, you mean?
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's.
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it?
Indeed it was. Crowd like, oh no, he just got out of a murder case. No, another one. I don't know why that was so funny. Alright.
What an odd case this is. The person you saw, you are sure was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
If she's telling the truth, we're basically doomed. Just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Emma, I like this. That's my job. Witness. In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you're a biased witness. Get at them.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Rookie? Do you know how long I've been doing this? Huh? Rookie.
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
Take your word for it, I have no idea what you're talking.
That was inspiring.
I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism?
I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph. You took this.
This is not ideal.
The moment I witnessed my crime,
The crime, not my crime, sorry. That was not a Freudian slip, that was just a genuine L on my part.
the moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap! I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
Why? I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again.
What?
My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
How many? Which one is this? This is this, that, the other?
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
It's not a deal. Oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky.
So, what was the defendant doing at the time?
All right, this is intriguing. Holding a knife in her right hand. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't clicking there. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edward? It is your knife, after all.
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise.
What? You can't testify to her ability to kill an dead person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor?
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Thrust it into the chest. Okay. For the court, why you didn't try to stop this crime? I thought that was going to be the same thing again. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
New flesh wounds. You said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty flatal to me, but excuse me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Well, let's just keep our heads cool. Press the witness a bit. For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Look, it's flashbacks, okay? And we go back to the beginning. I presume... Let's see if we can... Okay, this is just repeating this again. I thought the sound effects just merged together at that point. I did notice something. Which one was it? No. Here. Yes. I did notice. Let's look at this real quick. Either of you, anyone in the audience, anyone see a knife here? 'Cause I do not.
Objection!
Objection. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife.
As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it truly makes me laugh. I don't actually know the rest of the song, but this is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
I like how the objection. That'd be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. It was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. I'm not sure why you're British all of a sudden. I've made it a point to not make you British.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection!
And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter.
Huh?
See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
It's a black and white photograph. How do you know it's not like oil stains?
Ah, yes, this is hard to tell, but it could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Bruh.
Mr. Wright,
Are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse? Hold up, it's a process here. Anyway, you got a better idea? Yeah, let's object. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it.
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. Don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor's guy was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know that? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Oh, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. What?
Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves. Fit. Hold up. If the murder was planned, why use Edgeworth's knife? Right? That doesn't contradict. I mean, that does contradict. That's the point. Hold up. Let me share this because I think this is it. Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife.
The knife.
The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife. Crowd goes wild. Oh my gosh, it's Edgeworth again. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? What? Depends, is he prosecutor for the district, right?
Mommy, are prosecutors bad people?
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, Rookie?
In your testimony, as we go back, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. Those gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon?
Oh,
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Get on, Phoenix. Yeah.
Order.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. Great. Now the tide's turning in our favor. Maybe.
great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
I love your enthusiasm. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah, the prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you?
My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now. Angel's deduction. So the second part of the testimony, we will get into next time. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, listening. I hope that you've enjoyed this wonderful episode where we have dug ourselves a hole and threw the shovel out. How we get out of this, not 100% sure yet, but we'll figure that out next time anyway. Thank you very much for listening, watching, and supporting the Ahdurin region in any way, shape, or form that you do. And until next time, take care.